So if you had to describe your like before state before we worked together, how would you describe it?
A hodgepodge. I think the biggest thing was like I mean, I'm a like creator for sure, and there's stuff everywhere, but it was so like not cohesive. It was like, hey, here's this thing over here, and this thing over here, and this thing over here. And I just didn't have like I knew it was me, but I didn't have a cohesive underlying like similarity in the messaging and the imaging and the color and like literally my brand. I was like, well, I know I'm my brand, but I wasn't able to portray that in a way that I think people understood. And I think one thing that we had talked about too was just really getting my personality infused in everything, from my messaging, from my imaging to my website to my brand, like to everything. And it had to be really me because I like it is me. And I just felt like I didn't have that, and I felt so scattered. I think those were like the two biggest feelings I had.
What objections or like hesitations did you have before we started to work together?
I mean, I can say that I had previous experiences of people that I had worked on this kind of stuff with. Like the guy who made my first website was nice, but it felt more like it wasn't a collaborative effort. He was like I was like, well, here's all the things I would like. This is what I'm thinking, and he was like, yeah, that's not going to work. That's not going to work. And then I had somebody else that I reached out to, and it was the same thing. Like I portrayed my vision, and then what they created was not even close. So it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was necessarily even working with you, but
Mm-hmm.
just working in general with somebody again to like I'm like, gosh, are they going to get me? Like, is she going to get me? And then as we spoke more, I was like, yes, totally. And I think that even in the time in our conversation that we had, even before we started, I was like getting on the phone with you being like, I know I want to work with her because I just felt it was a good fit. And something that's really important for me is it's a collaborative thing. You're like, hey, Katie, let's try this. And I was like, oh, I didn't even think of that. And I'm like, hey, Kate, could we try this? And I think that's something really important to me in my life, my business, anything I do related to my business, working with my clients. And I think that's what I got, which is amazing. But that was also the thing I was so afraid of that I was like, is that even possible? Like, will I be able to get this type of relationship? Because in the past, I hadn't had it.
So
Yeah.
what are you most excited about in the future as you move forward with your new website, your new brand, and everything?
I think the biggest thing is that like the brand is so me. It is just me infused in everything. And it makes it so much easier that, like, all I literally have to do is show up as myself. And, like you said, like, I create stuff like crazy, which is really fun for me. And so I think it actually takes a lot of the pressure off of me, like, as far as marketing, getting things out there, because I can say, like, hey guys, check out my site. That is like 100% me. Or anything I put out there. And even just like, the colors and the feel of the brand and even like the tagline, all that stuff. It's so me. And I think a big part of what I am in my business is like embodying and being that like living fueled by joy. Like that's my thing. And so it actually just makes it so much easier. So now looking forward, I'm like, oh my gosh, what's next? I feel like this has been a huge like jump forward in the right direction. And now I'm kind of like, oh my gosh, the possibilities are endless and it's really exciting. And it just gives me even more like energy and life, which I have a lot of already. So
You
it's kind of
know.
like, there's going to be so much more. So it's just, honestly, it's just fun and exciting. And a huge sigh of relief, I think, is like, ah. So yeah, I'm just excited.
I'm so excited for you. I cannot wait to see what you do because it's going to be big and it's going to be amazing.
Thank you. It's been such an amazing experience. And that's why I'm like, okay, now what else can we do together? Because it's just been so fun. And I think that's what I want everything to be like. And I think that's what life should be like. We should be enjoying it. It should be fun. And we go into business for ourselves to enjoy it. And I'm like, this is exactly why we do this kind of stuff. So I hope it was as fun for you as it was for me.